Good morning, this is Uniquely Cindy. I'm at Palmetto Cemetery in Brunswick, Georgia. As you can see, this is a large cemetery. It goes all the way back. There's a river behind the cemetery in the back. I won't be going over this whole cemetery this morning. There's just a few graves up here at the front that I want to highlight. The cemetery's been here, gracious, forever and ever. My grandparents are buried here. My great-grandparents are buried here. I have some aunts and uncles buried out here. This is my grandmother's grave. She passed away in 2001, was born in 1923. This is my grandfather's grave. He was born in 1914 and passed away in 1973. And I love his epitaph. It says, "As the river rises and falls, I know I'll rise again." And his nickname was Jigs. When we buried my granddaddy here, this was the only grave on this corner. And then as time went on, of course, the cemetery became more and more filled. Palmetto Cemetery is a beautiful cemetery. Right now with summer just hitting, some of it's grown up, but I saw the guys out here working a little while ago, so I know that they'll be cleaning all this up. My mom and I is going to be coming out here to do some work on the graves. There's a beautiful cross here. The cemetery has some nice statues in it, and it has a mausoleum that I'm going to show you that was built not too long ago. Time gets away from me. If I say not too long ago, it turns out to be 30 or 40 years ago. But this is a beautiful cross. This has been here since I was a child. These graves go back to 1871. Let's see what these are children's. Looks like infants. That one's a infant. So these are some of the older graves. I love the artwork on some of the older graves. As you can see, they're very beautiful, scrolling and palm leaves and some of the crosses. Just lovely graves. Across the road, guessing probably about 30 years ago, 40 years ago. I'll know when I go over there because my great-grandparents was one of the first buried out there. They opened up the second part of Palmetto Cemetery. A lot of beautiful trees out here. Now this mausoleum that we're coming up to is got a beautiful black coloring on it. A lot of times when you see mausoleums, there's this granite, and this has got almost, I don't know what the stone is, but it looks like a black onyx, and it's got a beautiful wrought iron gate to it. Sometimes the gate is open, sometimes the gate is not. We'll see today. Some more old graves. Late 1800s, early 1900s. Let's see if we can show more of this. See, it's got a beautiful front on it. And I love the scrolling on the iron gate. Uneven ground here. I believe yes, we can enter the mausoleum today. I love the artwork in here. This beautiful, beautiful artwork. Now there's been another one added to it. At first there was only one. This was the first tomb that was in here. You are loved forever. Love never gives up, never loses faith, is always hopeful, always endures through every circumstance. Love will last forever. Taken from 1 Corinthians chapter 13. Beautiful, beautiful. The artwork in here, it almost looks Italian, and it may be, I'm not sure. And I love the angel. It's a sleeping angel. And this one has been added since I was here the last time. My darling, never will leave you, never will I forsake you. Hebrews 13, beautiful. 1929, 2021. It's just a beautiful mausoleum. Now they have niches here for cremations. It's obviously meant to be a family vault. Just a beautiful mausoleum. Thank you for letting me enter into the mausoleum. Let's close the door. Then there's an angel down here I want to show you. And then I'll probably get some more later and show y'all some more tomorrow. Here's another cross. This is a family plot. It goes back to the late 1800s. Now, when I was a little girl, my mother brought me out here to the cemetery. I guess this is where I get my love for cemeteries. My mother used to haunt them too. And she brought me out here and she showed me this angel. I'm going to get you a close-up of it. And she said, Cindy, did you know that that angel could talk? And I said, Mama, it's a statue. She said, no, it can talk. She said, go up there and talk to the angel. So as most children will, I went up here and I talked to the angel. And when I got back in the car, Mama looked at me and said, now what did the angel say? And I looked at her and I said, it said nothing. She said, see, I told you it could talk. And it took me a moment to figure out that I had just been poked, but it was funny. So years later, when my daughter was born, I brought her out here. My oldest daughter laughed at the situation. My youngest daughter got extremely upset with me for pulling the joke on her. But this is a beautiful angel, a beautiful grave. It's the Mitchell family, and this angel's been here since I was a little girl. And if I understand correctly, remember the story correctly, even my mother, because my grandfather pulled that same stunt on my mother. So, you know, beautiful cemetery, beautiful artwork out here. This is the Mitchell family. You can barely read too many more, but I do see the passing on this one was 1899. So as you can see, there are beautiful graves out here. There is. I'm gonna step over here for our last one for this video. This was kind of grown up, so I need to be careful I don't trip over any. So we have a Confederate memorial over here. That was a steep step down, if you're wondering what all that was about. This is in honor of the 26th Georgia Regiment, Glenn County Guard, state of Georgia. 26th Regiment, Camden Rifles, 1861, 1865. To the honor of the Confederate mothers, wives, families who lost their sons, husbands, brothers, and fathers, as well as suffered not only through war, but through generations afterwards. This is for the 4th Georgia Camden Rifles, Atlantic and Gulf Guards. Going around to the other side. A lot of brickwork here on the ground. This says, to the honor of all of those who answered the call of duty to protect and defend their homeland, and to the honor of those who sacrificed their lives for their newfound country. Confederate States of America, 1861, 1865. You know, regardless of what your feelings are about war, about the war between the states, about war in general, you've got to honor the men and women who believe in a cause, whether it's the Vietnam, whether it was the Persian Gulf, whether it's World War I, World War II, whatever it is, that they believed in a cause enough to be willing to lay down their lives. And I honor that, and I honor their families, because of the fact that, you know, they weren't the only ones that suffered. The families suffered too. And thank you for your service. And we're going to end up right here today at Palmetto Cemetery, and we'll see you later. Have a great day.